I know it's been 2 years, right? And I know that there's also a glare in my bifocals, and you can see all my business. You can see that ring light. She's looking at you. But if I can't focus on those things right now, neither can you. So let's move forward. Let's move on, right? Let's get into the business. We have an agenda. Boop, boop, boop. First, I'm filming this on my phone. Like, I've never made a video on my iPhone before, or like outside of TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like, be for real. I've never made a video like on YouTube using my phone. I normally use a Canon to record my videos, and I normally use iMovie to edit them. But my computer is old as dirt. My Mac, she was built with Noah. She was in a hospice for a little bit. Now it's time to just put her down. Now it's just time to take her in the back and get active. You know what I'm saying? So iMovie on her was not working. It was stuttering, it was glitching, it was a hot mess. So like, absolutely not. I tried to edit the video that I filmed with my Canon on my gaming laptop, but I had to download a couple different platforms because my gaming laptop is obviously not a Mac. So I had to try different platforms to edit it on. I didn't like any of it. I'm also a Capricorn, and I don't like to be taught. I just like to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to do things and not know what I'm doing, like a learning curve. There's nothing more frustrating to me than a learning curve. What do you mean I don't know how to do this? What do you mean it's not intuitive? What do you mean I wasn't born in the know? I wasn't born in the capability. What are you talking about? It pisses me off so bad. So like, the fact that I was like trying all these different apps and nothing was working, girl, I almost threw the fucking computer. So I was like, all right, I'm not about to play with y'all no more. They ended up trying something. I ended up using, I don't even know the name. I don't know the name of her. I'm so sorry. Because I tried like 10 different ones. And she was okay, but she was still glitchy. She was still stuttering. And it got to a point where I was like, well, maybe my gaming laptop is only for gaming. So now I'm on my phone with it. Now I'm on my phone. Now I'm with a ring light. Now I'm just trying to get active. Hey, look, I told you I was gonna get the video out. By any means necessary, the video is gonna get out. And if this is how we gotta play, this is how we gotta play. I really just kind of wanted to touch on my TikTok journey. I really just wanted to talk about TikTok because my girl really might be out, and I love her. I love her deep. I love her so much. And I hated my journey. But that's all just like hindsight, right? That's all just me just like growing as a creative, trying to figure out what I'm doing as a creative. Just, you know what? Just figuring it out, right? All hindsight, no foresight. I had no foresight with this TikTok shit. I didn't know what I was doing. When I started posting on TikTok, right? It was 2020. One of my homegirls was like, oh my God, I love TikTok. And I was like, girl, ain't that an app where people are dancing? And if they're not dancing, aren't they just white? Like, I didn't think we was on there. I really did. So I was like, meh. We were all bored. Why not? So I tried it, and that algorithm figured me out. So the first side of TikTok that I was ever on was like witch talk. I was big into like people who were exploring their spirituality, talking about crystals, talking about tarot. Like, I was deep in the like the hoodoo side of TikTok. And then clean talk too. So I was watching clean talk videos, and also like a white autistics. Algorithms started to figure me out a bit more. And I was posting around this time, and I was posting lots of trends, right? I was doing trends. And do not scroll and go watch those videos. Mind your business. Like, just believe me. Yeah, I was posting little fit checks and stuff, and then I quit that job and started working from home. I started to post more just like stuff, girl. I was just in the house. I low-key hated that job. I didn't want to work in mortgage no more, so I wasn't really doing my job. I was really just like vibing and making TikToks, and then I got pregnant and I got sick. And I'm skipping ahead, girl. I'm skipping ahead. What was I making? Because I was about to start telling y'all, girl, I had a horrible pregnancy. When I was working from home, the type of content that I started to make a lot was really like, I was talking about just like random things, but still also some trends. And I dabbled in book talk. Like, I fell in book talk because that's what I also like, that's the side of TikTok that I was on. And I read A Little Life. I read most of A Little Life. I read half of A Little Life. Fuck A Little Life. That was one of my first viral videos. I hate that book. I hate that book. I hate that book. It's nothing but trauma in there. The writer gotta be scrambled eggs in her head. Gotta be. The people that love the book, if it does something for you, it does something for you. But what it did for me was piss me off. The writing is poetic, sure, but he's talking about slicing his arm off. Like, what are we talking about, Stank? What are we talking about? As somebody who has scrambled eggs in their head, yeah, like, I feel you. I've been depressed. What I'm saying, feel it in here. That book is horrible. I'm sorry. It's trauma porn. Can I say porn on this yet? You know what? That's gonna be also the interesting thing. Saying whatever you want on YouTube. You can say porn up here. That's trauma porn. I hated that book. That was one of my first viral videos. I didn't like book talk, right? I didn't like the aesthetic of book talk, right? Like, it was a very flowery and bright and like cute. Like, there was like a culture to it and an aesthetic to it that I just like didn't like. Like, nah. So I got off that. I kept reading, but I kind of was just like, if I just tell y'all I read a book, then I'm gonna just tell y'all I read a book. And then after I left my side of book talk, right, what was happening in my life was that I was working at work from home job. And again, I wasn't very good at it, but I was like fine, right? And then I got pregnant and I was no longer fine at my job. I got pregnant, bitch. It was horrible. Like, I was throwing up all the time. I had hyperemesis during my pregnancy, so I was sick all of the time. I was weak. I lost 15, almost 20 pounds during that first trimester. So like, girl, I wasn't moving. I was frail. I was like, and you want me to write alone? Girl, I wasn't making a lot of content, honestly, because I was dying. And when I started making content again, it was just kind of documenting my pregnancy. So I was on Pregnancy Talk and I was looking at stuff for first-time moms, and that was pretty much my corner of the internet, right? So I started doing like stay-at-home mom content. I was on Mom Talk for the duration of me being a stay-at-home mom, right? I was a stay-at-home mom for like a year or so, and I got me a little money on the side. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a little this, a little that. I was hustling a bit, but nah, baby, I was a stay-at-home mom. So I documented that journey for the most part, and it was fine. I was honestly posting on TikTok while I was a stay-at-home mom, so I did not lose my mind. Because being a stay-at-home mom is very difficult if you are not a rich lady. I mean, it's probably still very hard if you're a rich lady, but like with no money, because I was broke. I was a stay-at-home mom. We couldn't afford no daycare. Daycare for what? Like, let's stay home. I'm gonna watch this baby. I was posting just to like, I don't know, feel connected to other people, just trying to find community, just trying to find other moms. Bitch, I needed a friend. I needed a friend because my friends, bless their hearts, I had a couple who were like, oh my God, I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna be there for you. But a lot of my friends when I was a stay-at-home mom were under the impression that I was like, oh, okay, you know, I just started my family, I need space. No, bitch. Drown me in adulthood, please. I would actually love to talk about a nigga who not text you back right now. Love to gab about anything that is going on with a regular 25-year-old, because I felt like, okay, bitch, why am I going through this at 25? It's not that I regretted my decision or anything, but I was just like, bitch, did I really have a kid at 25? What the fuck am I doing? Ain't this a teen pregnancy? Yeah, girl. That's what I was documenting on TikTok. So TikTok became reflective of my life, right? Like, everything that I was talking about, posting on TikTok was very just like, yeah, this is what's going on in my life, so I'm gonna talk about it with y'all, right? Then I started working again, and I got a job in philanthropy. I love my job, girl. Then I pivoted to kind of like relatable content. Like, everything that was going viral or that was doing well was a relatable joke. My most viral videos was about checking my friends' locations, right? So like, oh yeah, girl, like if I got your location, I'm checking it. Like, which is crazy that people don't do that. Like, I honestly think that's insane. Like, if you have your friend's location, you should be looking at it. Like, how else you gonna know if they're not safe unless you know where their typical whereabouts are? If they just suddenly by the lake and you don't know that they be by the lake, you could be concerned, but really, bitch, they like to fish. One of my biggest videos when I had pivoted to relatability content, and I realized that like finding something that could be common ground for everybody was a real safe place for me, because I didn't want to argue on the internet. Not want people to be bickering and badgering and doing a bunch of stuff in my comments and just a whole lot of hoopla. I didn't have time for hoopla. I had a toddler, girl. I had a baby. I had a man. Bitch, it wasn't enough hoopla in my house. These comments need to be safe. So that is why I stuck with relatability. And I was also chasing virality, which is not how you build or grow community, but like, that's my tea. I just wanted the video to go viral so I could get that money in my account. Like, that's just kind of like, I was chasing them numbers. I stuck with relatability content for a while, and then TikTok. Bruh. TikTok changed the creator fund, right? And it was no longer the creator rewards program, it was the creator fund. And you had to make videos that were a minute long, right? And when I was in the creator rewards program, all my videos that were going viral were 20, 30 seconds. I didn't need like this creator rewards program, because bitch, I was only talking for 20, 30 seconds. I was getting my joke off. And I was going home. Since I had to pivot to content that was a minute long, I had to figure out how I was gonna do that. I didn't really know how to make relatable content that was a minute long at first, because I wasn't making skits, right? I didn't really want to like flesh out my jokes for that long about something that was so like simple. You could, and I think it's possible, and I think it's doable, but like it wasn't doable for me. So then I was like, well, let me just pivot to Yap Talk. Let me see what the girls was talking about. So then I started talking about the hot topics. I started talking about just like things that were somehow still reflective of my life, but like I could give a longer opinion about. So one of the first videos that did well when I started like pivoting to Yap Talk was me talking about the fact that when my boyfriend decides to propose to me, he cannot be like, girl, go get your nails done, because I don't get my nails done. So like that would be an obvious like giveaway to me. Like that would be like, oh, okay, where to bring it. That was one of the things where I was like, this is why I don't love giving my opinion on here, because people started misunderstanding what I was saying, and that was annoying as fuck. I'm saying I don't get my nails done. I don't like to get my nails done. My boyfriend cannot tell me to get my nails done, and people were like, oh, just start getting your nails done. He won't be able to throw you off if you start getting your nails done. I said I don't like to get my nails done, and they said, well, start getting your nails done. If Johnny had 5 apples. Oh my god, I was so frustrated. Like, I was just so annoyed, like, seeing that and hearing all this, or seeing comments like that, because I'm like, oh, this is what the girls be talking about. Media literacy is dead. Then I just continued on with the Yap content, though. Love Island, when Love Island was on this summer, that did me some good. And I kept talking about TV, because I'd always talked about TV, like, sparingly throughout my TikTok journey, because I love watching TV, but like that, talking about it continuously is something that worked for me. I tried a few other things here and there, bullet my notes while I'm talking about TV shows. Can I do that? Just review an episode of this. Can I do that? And some of those things worked in terms of like growth and people seeing it and the algorithm like working for me, but a lot of those things like didn't. I found out what worked for me, and that was quite literally, maybe this is just my brain, but sitting in a very specific spot on my daybed and like yapping, right? Like not using any gimmicks, not using any other, not using nothing, girl, just using nothing but my mind. That worked. And when I started making TikToks that were just reflective of my mind and my ideologies, that's what would do the best, right? When I was just organically myself. So if I was to give anybody any advice on like, you know, what to do if they wanted to be a content creator, and granted, I'm still a smaller content creator. A lot of the growth that I saw in the past 6 months, like last 6 months of TikTok, was because I was true to who I was. I was authentic, I was organic, I wasn't chasing virality, I wasn't chasing like numbers, right? I was chasing community and like sense of self. That's why I would say I didn't love my TikTok journey, because I wish I would have started with content, right? I wish I would have started, you know, just making content that was reflective of my mind, my ideologies, my beliefs, myself. I wish I would have started there instead of just being like, oh, okay, this is a thing that's going viral right now, I'll do this. I wish I would have just did this. I would have just sat in front of the camera and just been like, girl, let's chat. Because I feel like a lot of my followers don't even know me, right? I feel like a lot of my followers don't even, and granted, nobody knows me, right? That's all parasocial. I feel like they don't have a sense of who I am, because I'm still trying to make content that feels, you know, like it's just me and you talking. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't always feel that way. Sometimes it feels like, oh, okay, this is a performance, you know? And maybe that is a protection of sense of self. Maybe I sometimes do that to make sure that there is a fourth wall, to make sure that I don't like start to share too much, because I do really value family, my relationship, my child, right? Like, because I've posted her before, or I posted jokes about her before that have gone well, or that have gone viral, done well, but I don't show her face, and I don't want to show like intimate moments with her, because like, bitch, she ain't signed up for that. And like, the internet is weird, and there are no real child exploitation laws around social media yet. They're gonna be, but there's not right now. Yeah, I don't want to play with that. So I create my own laws. And my law is, y'all not getting that baby. Y'all not really getting too much of me and my man. Granted, he is not comfortable in front of the camera. Like, I'll be trying to be like, but Michael, maybe I can exploit you a little bit. And he'd be like, babe, I'm trying, but it's so weird. Like, he is just not built for the camera. He's not built for this room. I could, but I won't, because he's uncomfortable, and also I value my relationship. Like, whatever. It's coming to a close, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna miss her bed. I'm gonna miss her down. Oh my god. If TikTok really blows, y'all, I'm gonna be so sad, because like, she means so much to me. And granted, I say this as a smaller creator. I have gotten to know via internet. So many people. I've gotten exposed to so many things. I've gotten a few brands to send me a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, even that is cool as fuck. I never would have thought a brand would have sent me something. I really want to see more for myself. I hope y'all do too. I know y'all like these little jokes. I know, girl. But yeah, I'm doing this for me, and I'm also doing this for you, because I just love doing this. I've always liked making content. I've always liked creating content. I've always wanted to be a content creator. We're about to see. We're about to see what this new era of Zarina on YouTube looks like. So if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. Thank you for being here. I love you down. And I will see y'all again in a couple days, because bitch, I have things to talk about. I got stuff, girl. We got stuff. We got a yap. We have things to talk about.